today the technology is normal for everybody. But go back to 1920, right? When this technology did not exist. It did not exist, right?
Yeah.
And so the one part of this documentary is the process of how the scientist, and he wasn't a scientist, he was just like a normal person, and he was thinking, how can I get sound and picture together at the same time? And he was, he built at home. He built his own system. At home, he built his own system for sound to for the human voice, to a microphone, to electrical signal, to light, and then to get the light flashing frequencies to burn into the tape the sound waves. Oh, this is incredible. But it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like you have a piece of paper, right? You have a piece of paper, and you put your voice on the paper. But it's not paper; it's magnetic film. But whatever. But you put you take the voice, and using light, you put your voice onto the magnetic film. I mean, yeah, it's normal, but it's amazing to actually have the brains to create this from nothing. And then to have all the pieces of technology and this idea that the human voice can be changed to electricity and then to light, and then through light it can be... It's amazing. I just think it's amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Or the idea that like how does a record player work? You know, the old record players with the platina.
Yes.
You put the needle on and you get the music. It's like, how does this thin vibrational space create all the music? I just find that amazing. The technology is amazing. Another part of this documentary was John Logie Baird and his creation of television. Yeah. And sending pictures through the air, through electrical signal. Yeah. So the first broadcast of pictures. And of course, Baird was Scottish. Of course. Scottish.
No. Yes.
Of course he was Scottish, right? Because everything started in Scotland, right? So Baird was Scottish, and this idea to take a picture and send it through the air to be somewhere else was amazing. And he did this with no money and basically no technology. He did this with some old materials and a hat box. He did this with a box for a hat. He had a box for a hat, and he cut holes in the box and made the box spin. A hat box. He made the first broadcast of signal with a hat box. With a box for it. It is incredible. It's like he had nothing, and he created magic basically from nothing. He had a few cables and a hat box and some lights. A few cables, a hat box, and some lights, and he created the first, digital picture transmission. Not only that, in less in less than, no, it was 3 years. 3 years. Okay, he did it for the first time in, I think it was 1921. Yeah, that was the first experiment, 1921. In 1924, the BBC did its first television broadcast, 1924. So
1924?
1924, yeah. Now, it took only 3 years, from John Logie Baird's discovery and invention, only 3 years, for the BBC then to do their first broadcast. Only 3 years. I made a mistake. It was 1926 that 1926 was when Baird made his discovery, 1926. And 1929 was the first BBC broadcast. So 3 years. 3 years. I mean, that's incredible, to go from nothing existing to having a television company sending visual information in 3 years, in the 1920s. In the 1920s.